another episode.
Yes, yes.
Before we dive into this week's episode, we just want to send you guys just a quick little reminder to make sure that you follow us on all of the things, to
Mm-hmm.
include your Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to our Spotify channel or pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's Google, Apple, whatever. Um,
Yes.
you name it, we're there. So just make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure that you guys rate us too, because, ratings are always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So give us those
Yes,
5 stars.
exactly. Tell us your honest opinion. We know it's the 5 stars.
Yes, definitely. Because, it wouldn't be anything else. But
Of course.
yeah. So, Amanda, how are
Yes,
you
girl.
doing today?
Girl, I'm honestly a bit overwhelmed in life. It's just
Uh-oh.
been busy, busy. Just going into the year very like focused and determined to achieve certain outcomes. So I've
Hmm.
just feel like my mind is always like spinning and going, and then work is busy. So it's just like you don't really get time to relax. So I tell you, last night, my man put the baby to bed, and I called myself meditating on the couch for a moment and went to sleep.
I'm sure you did. That's all really meditation is.
Yeah, just took a little nap, but not too bad today. It's just been busy, just I know lately for you it sounds like it's been the same, huh?
Oh my God, it's been a nightmare. So I definitely feel your feelings there on that one, because
Mm-hmm.
same thing over here. A lot of work and not a lot of play. So,
Yeah, yeah. So, hopefully that will change soon, but
well, it's
just
gonna
going
have
through the
to,
motions.
because we still need to, set up our little date. So,
Yes, I know. And I was just looking at it the other day on the calendar, and then I don't know what the hell happened. I got overwhelmed about something, and I was like, I'm not figuring anything out right now. And I just
sounds about right.
went about the nightly routine of whatever needed to be done around the house. But I
Right.
did not forget. I did not
Oh,
forget.
I
And
know.
grandma's been asking to babysit the baby. So I'm like, oh, this is pretty perfect. I'm like,
It
oh, this is
is.
great. Let me look at my calendar and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's been cool around here. But lately the weather has been crazy. I just want to mention
Yes.
that between this wind and rain, and it's across the nation. It's not even just this area, across the nation.
Hmm.
It's wild.
It really is. Like, the rain, snow, blizzards, tornadoes, like, I don't know. It's
Right.
just like insane. I don't know what is happening, but I'm starting to think, what is that movie called with, is it
I
the
feel
one
like I know
with
what you're talking about.
Tom Cruise?
I
Was
think
it
it's him. Is it
one of
like
those like action actors
it was
about
like the
like all like the
war after the
disasters?
worlds, or War of the Worlds or something like
No, I
that?
don't think it's
Oh.
that one. That's the one where like we get like attacked, right?
Oh,
No,
the
I'm
things come out
thinking
the
about like,
ground.
yeah. I'm thinking about the one with like all the like New York
Natural
City is like
storms.
completely like frozen over, and like there's like tsunamis that are like the size of
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're talking about, but
I
I'm probably one of
forget
the
what
worst
it's
movie
called.
people
Oh
ever.
man. Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was me, but I guess not.
Nope, nope. We're going to be either tying or you're losing on that one, because I literally, you see, I'm over here throwing out War of the Worlds, and that one had robots coming out the ground or something. So I really don't,
Mm,
yeah, I don't
well,
know.
anyways, whatever that movie is called, and y'all can let us know in the comments, because the brain fart is real today. And my point is that I think that we are coming up to be a part of this movie, because
Yes.
just like the insanity of like global warming, and just like, I don't know, everything is just like
Right.
out of whack. And maybe because like when we were younger, you didn't really like pay that much attention, but I don't think this shit was
Hmm.
happening back then.
No, I feel like it wasn't as like, and it's as consistent across the nation too, because,
Mhm.
I work in a call center setting, so I'm talking to people all over the country, and it's just we're all experiencing the same thing at different degrees. And, I know in a lot of cases, yes, a lot of our weather will come up from the south and hit us up north because that's the way it travels. But
Yeah.
like California, y'all having wind like we are too, like y'all on the complete other side of the country. And it's not like we're getting the wind after you. You're still getting the wind at the same time as us.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. But the flooding too, I know in our area we just recently had snow, so that doesn't help anything when it comes
No.
to torrential rains after.
Hmm.
It's been wild. I seen locally, there was like a Domino's that was flooded. This dude is sitting on a table.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I did. I
I
just saw
was
that today. I was like, that is wild.
yeah. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then this little like indoor playground place is right across the parking lot from there.
Oh,
And I didn't realize there was flooding until I seen it on Facebook and they're like, "Oh, we're closed until further notice." And I'm just like, "Oh, damn. What happened?" Just why are they closed? It's the little
mm.
baby playground. And the flooding had like busted out one of their windows.
Oh,
Like it
jeez.
was, yeah. I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was that bad. And it's only 20 minutes away, but I'm
Mm.
shoreline, so
Yeah.
I'm not affected nearly as bad because the snow wasn't as bad for me either. So,
Mm.
but the rain was wild. The rain, the wind, it was just like, God damn, I hope these trees are strong and stay up because I don't got the time, I don't got the energy, not the
Right.
time or place. So
Yeah.
it's
No, it's been insane.
crazy.
I just feel like the flooding is like OD right now. Like, I feel
Yes.
like every time it rains, it's like, oh my God, it's gonna flood, and everyone's like crying wolf. And it's like, when did this become so bad? Like
Yeah.
everywhere in like Connecticut and New York and like Jersey, like you just see like all of these roads, like not even flooded though, right? Like it's
Mhm.
just like overtaken by like these
Yes.
ginormous bodies of water. And
Yes.
like, where is this coming
Just
from?
dragging cars down the street like they don't even stand a chance. Like it's wild. And
It
it's just,
really is.
is it because like is there something wrong with the sewer system where them shits are just like so backed up or like so
Yeah.
contaminated and polluted that there's not actual like water flowing as it should? And like what
Hmm.
the hell is going on? I already know,
No.
as a world we're already overpopulated, and as a country we're overpopulated, and
Hmm.
there's way more people and things than there is space to really handle. And it's just like, um where's this water coming from and going to?
I don't know. And it's like nobody's trying to fix these problems either, right? Like now
Yeah.
all these like flood zones and whatever, and like
Mm-hmm.
no one's doing anything to stop it or change it or
No.
it's kind of like okay, like just don't go outside. Like it
Right.
sucks if you live there or if your business is there, like
Right. And it's so
that's just tough.
sad because it makes things like wasteful. It's just like,
Mhm.
oh, people's cars are totaled because their engines are completely flooded. And it's just
Right.
like, oh, we'll just go get a new car. No big deal. Let's get another
Yeah.
one. Insurance will pay for it. I mean, granted, that's what we pay insurance for. Like, you better fucking give me something.
Well, now
But
I'm gonna have to go and check to make sure I have flooding insurance
but
because
that's the thing, exactly. There's always a catch.
yeah.
Always a catch.
Uh,
It's just wild. So, hopefully everyone out there who's going through, the worst of it are really able to stay safe and able to protect their assets, because I feel for y'all.
yeah, it's just insane. Like I've been lucky so far to where like it hasn't like impacted me too
Mm,
much, whether, it's like driving around or like my actual like property, my car, my house, whatever.
right.
So thankfully that's been okay, but like the way it's going, I don't know.
How much more the land can take.
Yeah,
How much more we as people can take.
it's wild. And then like the temperatures are like fine enough for it like to rain and then like it drops to where like it freezes and it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
A customer made a really good point today. They were like, you know what? I'd rather rain and wind than rain and snow. I said, you are not kidding me. You're not kidding. I'll take rain and wind before rain and snow any day.
Yeah.
Usually the weather will be a little warmer with that rain, and that's the main reason why. Otherwise, they're both dangerous.
Yeah, no, that's true. And, I feel the same way and would think the same thing. But now with all this flooding that's happening, I really don't even know what's better or worse anymore.
No, it's a fact. Yeah. Is anything even safe? Questioning everything in life. This is a great
No.
start to 2024.
I know. Well, speaking of a great start to 2024, like
Mm,
the amount of wild things that are going on ever since it started, like,
girl.
is literally just insane. Like, I don't even know where to start.
Me neither, but I must say this makes me automatically think of you see it all the time on social media where they have the calendar of the crazy events that happen each month, and there's a picture that highlights the crazy event
Oh,
for I've seen it for the past
I didn't know that
year.
was a thing.
Yeah, it's just like this,
Mm.
silly thing that I've seen posted online where it's just like, well, this, when they had the situation with the, was it in Alabama with the boats, and then all the black
Oh.
people were fighting those few white people on their little boat,
Mm.
and it was just a folding chair was the picture for that month, so it's just we've already started this month with many different options to pick for a picture.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I think the picture I would pick is this man who is jumping over the bench at a courthouse to lunge at a judge. And I can't recall which state this was in, but she pretty much was reviewing his case. They were looking for
Mm.
him to pretty much get probation for some sort of like assault case, which is not his first offense.
Yeah.
So the judge is just like, you're like fucking 30 years old and you still have this as an issue in your life and you just want probation. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
serving you jail time. And I'm starting to laugh at this. Like watching the video was outrageous.
Mm.
So dude is upset, and it's just funny because the view you get, you only see him just running out of nowhere, and he literally jumps and flies over the counter that the judge sits behind, so that's up
Yeah.
higher, that's not
Right.
down low. He fully cleared that shit. He jumped over it and didn't touch a thing. It was like I don't know, like a gazelle, just nicely and elegantly just jumping over, and he flew over the bench and literally like landed on the judge. Like he landed on her. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
so like, ma'am, how did you not see this man running from the table he's standing
True.
behind
Bit of a
across?
distance.
Like you had a moment to get him out the area, and he
Mm-hmm.
caught her. She couldn't get out the chair fast enough, and he caught her.
Yeah. Well, and she probably didn't think that it was like either like actually gonna happen or that like the guards wouldn't stop him before he got there or whatever. So who
Man,
knows?
fuck that. I'm all set. Once I see you coming from behind, I'm already moving. Because she was just like, oh, he's not gonna, or she had too much faith in those guards.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't have that much faith in anybody. I'm gonna move. Like I'm just gonna just let me go ahead and step aside real quick and see where he lands because you're not landing on me, little buddy.
Right.
But he literally launched over the counter, landed on her, and then of course, you got the bailiff and whoever else just like grabbing him off of her. But there was like two or three people that had to put up an actual fight to like
Mm.
grab him away.
Yeah,
And it's
which
just
is
like,
sense.
guy, you're proving her whole point as to why you shouldn't have probation because
Right.
someone's telling you no to something that you want, and because you didn't get what you want, you're now attacking them.
Right. No, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was just like wild, but
Right.
what it reminded me of when he just like kind of flew over the bench is like
Oh my
whenever you
gosh.
see, I don't know if this really happened in like all that or whatever, but like one of like the TV shows or movies and like that like it's like a mannequin that's like being thrown to like look like he like fell or whatever.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
exactly what it reminds me of is
It
like
does.
it just didn't look real. Like it looked like he was just like a mannequin dummy that just kind of like
Right.
flew over, just like landed.
Right. It made absolutely no sense. And I was like, wow, that is what strong will and determination will get you.
Yes, definitely. Because people just be turning into like these superhumans out of nowhere.
Right. And it's just like, damn, this is how we start off the year. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
All right. So he's my icon for January.
oh God.
Um, just him flying across. It's like a flying squirrel. That's exactly what he made me think of. A
Mm,
flying squirrel just gone.
yeah, no, that too. And I remember I didn't watch it with my boyfriend, but like he had seen it. We talked about it after the fact, and he was like, well, maybe the judge shouldn't be so judgy and sitting here and making like these snark little comments. Like
She did though.
she did. She didn't have to say it the way that she said it. I understand why she said it the way she did because at that point, like
Right.
you're just annoyed. He has like this long ass rap sheet, whatever. But
Hmm.
like, lady, you kind of had it coming because like you
She
were just
provoked
like
him.
disrespectful, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Anybody would have been triggered by that.
yeah,
Anybody, because she did not speak in a professional tone at that point with the way
no.
she said what she said.
Hmm.
And so at that point, it was just like, Yeah, but you about to get it too, because now you want to be in the streets while we in the courthouse.
Right.
But no, that's a very good point. She was, and it was just like, why does she have to say it like that? Like,
Yeah,
he already don't have anything going on, and you just gonna make it even worse.
right. I don't know.
Mm,
That was interesting, but
yeah.
crazy people. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I think the judge needed a little magic mind to allow herself to focus because she clearly wasn't paying attention in that situation. She needs her mind to be more sharp
You're retarded.
and with it because what?
Yeah,
Where were you, ma'am?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think she knows.
yeah, I don't think so either. So,
Mm-mm.
but well, hey, that's that. That was we know where he's at. So, yeah.
Definitely wild. Just wild. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. What what would be your icon for the month of January's wild tea?
Oh God,
Well, the beginning, because right, we still have more to the month, but for
we
where we're
sure
at right
do.
now.
I don't even know. Like, I feel like there's just so many things that have happened. Like, I can't really say that like one thing has been my favorite in the past 2 weeks because we're not even in. We're like basically only 2 weeks in.
Just 2 weeks. Yeah, we're like only at 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really don't know, but something that's like really like piquing my curiosity because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's been something that like has been kind of like floating around the media a few times, but like it's being talked about, but it's like not really being talked about and like all these like weird things that have been happening. So I don't
Okay.
know if you've peeped all of these like social media like reporters or whatever you want to call them because like I feel like I'm coming across these videos by like random ass people.
Okay.
But whatever kind of weird phenomenon that was happening in Miami a couple of like days
Bruh.
ago, I'm just so utterly confused. Like, were there
Yeah.
aliens? Were there not aliens? Was it a fight? Was it not a fight? Where did the sticks come into play? And like, why on earth were there so many fucking cops? Did you see that video?
Did I?
That
Can
shit
I
is
just
just so
ask,
wild.
do you even believe in aliens or like extraterrestrial like
That's a good question. It's hard to believe in stuff that like you haven't seen,
Mhm.
but I would say that there's like a small part of me that does believe.
Okay.
But like my realistic self and like, my like scientific brain, I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe there are like organisms or people that like can breathe without oxygen or
Mhm.
something. I don't know. But a part of me like kind of does believe it. Same thing with me and like ghosts, right? Like
Mhm.
I kind of believe it, but like I don't because like I've never really seen one. So like
Right.
I don't know. But it's like more of like a little like child like curiosity is like, maybe they
Right.
really do exist. But my adult brain is like, bitch, no. Like what?
Oh, the inner confliction.
So yeah, I don't know. What about you?
I definitely believe that we're not the only, like, there's another form of life. I don't think, because you look at us here on this planet, and there are so many other forms of life just along in this one planet.
Yeah.
And we're told that there's a whole solar system.
Hmm.
And I'm always going to believe that we're given limited education, even just going to school from K to 12. We're given limited education alone.
Mm.
So when it comes to outside of this planet, I'm pretty sure there's different kinds of life, and I wouldn't be surprised by it.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
so when that came up about an alien, I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know how much of it I actually would believe, to be
You think they're gonna
honest.
hang out at the mall?
My thing is, my thing is that
Oh, I just can't
I
picture it.
don't yeah, like I don't find it to be a situation of like an actual like, oh, this is like a creature from a different planet. But I do find it questionable just because I know the government is able to do different things.
Mhm.
They've shown us that they can do holograms, right? So
Really?
Yeah, then they have a Michael Jackson and Tupac. Like they've had different kinds of holograms of people. So my thought is that
Uh,
it may not have been, and things are very advanced today too
well,
with
wait. So I
what
guess
people.
now I have to ask you, and yes, I'm stopping you, but like, do you believe in Area 51? Do you think that like there's like dead aliens and like pieces of like their aircrafts like hanging out in like some deep dark basement underground in the sands of deserts in where's that
I
Arizona?
think there's a lot more that has been established than we as the mass population are informed of. Yes,
Hmm. Okay. All right. So then you can
always.
continue because now I see where your brain is going. So go ahead.
Yes. So, was it necessarily a real alien? Maybe, most likely not. Could have been something that could have been created to allow people to think that. I think that's very possible. But for it to
Hmm.
be a goddamn fight between teens and that many cop cars, and then supposedly there were incoming flights that were shut down. What does
Yeah,
the
that I
airport
heard
now
too.
have to do with the fight at the mall? And if it's a fight at the mall, why is the whole Miami-Dade County cops all at that mall? Like,
Yeah.
what was it that really, like, that to me is what doesn't make the math ain't mathin', right? So it's like a fight of teens, which I'm sure is not the first fight of teens ever in the world that
No.
required that many police officers
The
and
only
then required other things to be shut down. To me, that's where it's like,
Yeah, which I mean, we don't really have any veracity to like the whole like airplane thing because like I think
right,
that's just like a he said she said kind of a thing whereas like you
right,
saw the
right.
videos of like all the cops like that like actually
That was
happened.
valid. Hmm.
But the only thing I could think of is like maybe there was some kind of report or indication or whatever that like it wasn't necessarily just a fight between teens and it was actually like a
Hmm.
mass shooter incident or something because like
Right,
then
right.
I can understand why there was such a massive response.
Hmm.
Um or even kind of like a huge brawl because like there's so many like protests and things going on right now and like
Oh, of
once there's
course.
like a bunch of people and we're thinking about like a mall in Miami, right? Like there's got to be
Hmm.
like hundreds of thousands of people there. So
Oh, plenty.
maybe it's
Yeah.
kind of just like a crowd control thing, but like still I guess like I don't really know because that was just a lot of
It
fucking
looks
cops,
very excessive. Yeah.
like that was a lot. I don't know. And then like I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody speaking out that like was actually there and saw these like 8-foot creatures and whatever. So
I seen
I
one
don't know.
video. I seen one video and I was just like, I don't know how to feel. Like, again, I don't fully know how to feel about it because
Yeah, it's
also
so
too,
weird.
if I'm there, I'm trying to think how would I react? You know what I mean? Because it's like
It
if it
depends.
were to be a real situation, right, of an alien, I don't know how the hell I would even react because then, everyone's like, oh, all these people and there were no phones that caught any evidence. And
Yeah.
again, when I think of different life forms, I also do believe that there are different dimensions. So,
What do you mean?
as in, like they say, like when people can see ghosts, it's because they're able to we are physically right now in a specific dimension, and they say whoever they are, they say that to be able to see, like when people say they see ghosts, they're actually able to see into another dimension. So you're able to, I don't know how to put it into words because I was able to read it, but I don't know how to put it into words to make sense without like going back to find what I said and say it verbatim. But it's a way of being able to see past what you're physically seeing and being able to elevate to another level. So they say meditation is a way that you're able to get there,
Hmm.
to like enlighten yourself and to not be just
In the
physically presently here if I like, I don't know how to make it make more sense. I'm probably the worst person to explain it. But what they're saying, what the person in the video was saying is
Yeah.
that the alien thing seemed to like fade in and out. So it was like you would see them, but then they would like be gone, and then all of a sudden it's like reappearing again. So when I think of things being multidimensional, if that's the case, I feel like that always doesn't work with our cellular services today, anyways. I feel like there are certain things that may not, like, yes, our phones are very high tech and advanced, but
Hmm.
it makes me wonder, are they really able to pick up every single thing? Like, are there things in the world that a phone just can't cooperate with?
I mean,
Like the technology of a phone. Are there things in the world that the technology of the phone can't cooperate with?
yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I'm getting
Mhm.
silent because like I'm trying to like think and process
It's a
what you're
lot.
saying at
It's
the
a
same
lot.
time, but then I'm also like in the back of my mind, be like, okay, y'all, you see Amanda's this little conspiracy theorist over here sitting here talking about.
Listen, I don't label myself as a conspiracy theorist, but I will say there are certain things that just don't make sense, and there are many things that are happening that we don't know because of the way people have set things up. That's all I'm gonna say. But I am not conspiracy theorist. I will not be labeled.
See, I always get curious when people say stuff like that because I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, who are these like greater powers that be of these they people who just like
Mhm.
control the way that like society reacts to things or things that they see or like whatever. And I'm like, you got to really think here, right? Like the planning that's got to go behind these things to pull this
Oh,
off and make sure
extensive.
it happens. I'm like, I want to be a part of these they because like what? Like
I don't. I'm all set.
I just can't grasp that concept.
Like, think about the presidency. Do you think our presidents truly run our country? Do you think the president we have that can barely speak actually runs our
Well,
country?
no, we know that he doesn't, right? Like, the
Right, but
president
that's
can't
my
make
whole
any
point.
decisions.
And it's not just Senate who's actually running things. It's not just Congress. Like, there are people that are telling these people what to do. But I honestly believe that it stems back from, you go all the way back to history, right? Where there's this they have families of royalty that, you go back to like England and things, and there's families of royalty that have high precedence in the community or whatever.
Mhm.
And I honestly would believe it all to be generational. So it's just being passed on into the family. So there are people that we may not know about that are still reigning in this royalty that we may not be aware of, but actually have power, have stakes, have communication, have ties with people across different countries.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just have such a hard concept with, like, grasping, like, there's just, like, people like, it just makes me think of, like, what are those damn puppets that, like, are on strings and, like, the whole, like, the
Oh,
begins
um,
with an M, right?
I was going to say the wrong thing, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but yeah, I can't think of the name either. Oh my
Marionette?
gosh.
Marionette.
Yeah, it's a marionette. Yeah.
So I'm like, who are these people up there with like these strings just like sitting here like laughing at
Just
us and like
going.
watching us like do whatever. I'm like, who has that kind of like power? Why have they never been caught or exposed or talked about or like I don't know. I just don't
Hmm.
really I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole they are controlling X, Y, and Z thing just I don't know.
Well, can I ask, do you not believe in like Illuminati being a thing?
No, not at all.
Okay. So it's actually interesting. I say that because the other weekly tea that I have is with Cat Williams.
Mm.
So for those who don't know, he's a comedian, and he's not necessarily like like, I guess, A-list, maybe like Kevin Hart, and
I mean, he was at
like,
some point,
he's
maybe
right, he was
now.
definitely up there,
Yeah.
but he's for him, that's not his thing. So he had an interview, and he in this interview talked about many different things.
Hmm.
He talked about, like, where he is today and how he isn't, someone who's in like any big movies nowadays and things like that,
Yeah.
because of contracts requiring certain things that he will not be a part of.
Hmm.
An example he gave is like Black men wearing dresses as a humiliation.
Mm.
That's one of the things. So he mentioned how you'll see many different big comedians like Kevin Hart, for example, um, in a dress. And that is a part of their ritual, like a humiliation ritual
Hmm.
that is from Illuminati. Mind you, Cat Williams clearly stated Illuminati in the situation. So, that's why I had asked if you actually believe it's a thing or not, because there, it was just coming from someone, which again, anything could be set up, anything could be arranged, anything
Mm-hmm.
could be said. But he seemed very genuine in his interview, but I just found it so interesting to hear him speak, because a lot of the times you only see these people in movies. You don't always necessarily hear them in interviews and just really kind of
Right,
speaking
right.
their mind or speaking about some of the background situations that they've dealt with,
Mm-hmm.
just for different movies or roles or whatever the case may be. So he was really speaking into that, and it was just like he sparked a lot of he
Yeah,
sparked yeah, he
conversations.
sparked it. Yo, yes. Sparked a lot of conversations, got quite a few people up in arms when it comes to different actors. And oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
You should be, god damn it. Oh
He
man, our YouTube viewers are gonna love that one. All right, go ahead.
Yes. So, he's gotten a lot of people up in arms about with what he was saying,
Uh,
and different things, just even like, oh, like for people who want to become big, for the black comedians or black actors that want to be a big name, and within the arms of the Illuminati, I guess a part
mhm.
of their requirement is to have a non-attractive wife who is light skinned, and a woman who has never been interviewed for anything, or like he was like saying some really interesting things, and I'm just like, okay, well. And then he started naming people, and then you look up the people and it's like their wife fits the build, and it's like, oh shit.
What a coincidence that he just named people that like
He only named a
coincide
few.
with.
He really didn't name a lot of people, but there's a few people he named, and it was just kind of like, well, their wife does fit the build. But it was just an interesting interview, because he said a lot of things that you wouldn't hear most people say.
Mm,
And yeah, definitely sparked some attitudes from those that don't think the same as him. So I thought it was
mm.
interesting to see.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I watched parts of it. I didn't see like the whole full-blown interview, but I saw him talking
Hmm.
about Ricky Smiley and
Yeah.
there was something else too. I forget.
He's not really that funny, Ricky Smiley. He's
Yeah.
really not to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw him like talking about like two or three people, but I'm gonna have to go
Hmm.
and watch this like Illuminati thing that you're talking about because that part I did not see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be one of the highlighted clips for the interview, because
Mm,
it wasn't anything um like just one specific segment. It was just kind of like talked about within different questions that he was asked.
gotcha.
But it's a long interview. It's like a 2 hour long interview, but
Yeah.
I actually invested my time in watching it. So not
Yeah.
in one sitting, not in one sitting.
No.
But
But they normally are on Club Shay Shay.
yes, exactly. So yeah, just took some time and watched it, and it was just interesting because again, I enjoyed him as an actor.
Mhm.
He's definitely funny. And he's just like this little small guy. He's just like a little toddler. You just want to pick him up. He's all tiny, but it was just interesting to be able to hear his point of view, because you don't really see him like that in the limelight, I feel like. So, or just
Yeah, that's true.
anyone that I feel like that is popular today interviewing him or really talking to him as much. So
Yeah. No, that's true.
yeah. So he started off his year with, I guess, his troops.
Well,
So
and just wanting to be popular again, I think.
of course, yeah, coming back into being relevant. He probably has a tour coming up, but
He
I mean,
does.
the man did say he has many Netflix specials too. So,
Mm,
just getting that money back up, I guess.
yeah, that's how I took it for the most part. Is he, also speaking his truth and like what he thinks and believes? Yeah, sure. But,
Right.
it's
Right.
also everything is done with intention these days, I feel. So,
Three sides to every story.
yes, there sure are.
Three sides to every story. But
Uh,
yeah, so that I found that to be interesting for some tea.
yes, no, it's definitely sparked a lot of conversations. That's all you
Oh
see is,
yes.
so and so spoke on the Cat Williams interview, and so said this and that, and no, it's just
Yes. Or
nonstop.
his face as one of the many gifts.
No, yeah. What is it? If I send you this, then you know that I'm talking about
Telling
something.
the truth or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Many different options.
people are people are definitely wild.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news with it being 2024, and just work volumes and
Hmm.
flus and sicknesses and whatever. Like, it's just January's been kicking off to be one hell of a month, I'll tell you that.
Girl.
uh,
Girl.
it's been real, it's been rough, but something that we have been talking about for a while now. um I know that me and you are both very glad that we have been introduced to this
Yes.
lovely elixir drink called Magic Mind, because it is truly helpful when it comes to all things getting energy and staying focused, and
Yes.
having to replace like caffeine with a more healthy option. Because I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been drinking a lot more coffee than, not necessarily that I should be, like, I'm not sitting here drinking, like, 5 cups a day, but, you know, it comes to a point where, like, I find myself just drinking coffee because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I think I need this," and then, like, I'm drinking it,
Hmm.
and then I'm like, "Ew, like, I really don't want this coffee. Like,
Right.
why am I drinking it?"
Right. Or even like when you're like starting to feel like dehydrated from it, and it's like I feel
Mhm.
like I have to drink too much water to counteract how I'm feeling,
Yes.
and then it's just pretty much washing out all of the caffeine, so then all that coffee you just drank was pretty much drinking it for nothing. So Magic Mind is nice because you don't have that dehydrating or I'm drying out type of feeling
Mhm.
afterwards. You can actually benefit from it
You
because
definitely
it's
can.
it's ridiculous with the coffee. I've actually been feeling like that with tea. So I've been slowing down on tea as well because I'm like, you know what? I'll just keep my little bit of tea that I do with the Magic Mind and then I'll go from there. But I've really cut back on extra cups because it's like the Sahara Desert around here.
There definitely is for me too. But I'm not cutting down on my tea intake because I don't think you can ever get sick of tea, but that's just me.
I think it's just I need to switch up the kinds of teas, but
Well,
I I'm not mad about it because Magic Mind still allows me to work at a more productive rate, allows me to stay focused. Like I said, I am disciplined this year, and it's really allowed me to stay on track with my word of the year. Your girl is like a horse and blinders, so I cannot complain about that.
well, that is a good thing.
Why are you always laughing at me? I can't stand
Because
you.
I'm like a horse in blinders, like what?
Yes, I am ultra focused. So for anyone who has trouble with
Uh,
focusing, y'all understand the horse of blinders analogy. So Magic Mind will allow you to just be honed in on what you need to do and allow you to proceed forward with executing whatever task it may be. So that way you just feel fulfilled and accomplished at the end of the day. For me, that's how I ride out. Like I need that feeling of accomplishment so I can feel like, yes, today was a good ass day. That's just what I need.
yeah. No, that's true. I hear you with that, because y'all know that I didn't really succeed with my word of the year last year. And so being intentional with things and being focused is definitely an important thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to Magic Mind and the lovely ingredient of Bacopa Monieri. Normally I
Yes,
make you
girl.
say those things because I fuck it
Yes.
up.
Yes.
Because that's a really good ingredient to have with a nootropic that improves your attention span and your ability to
Mm-hmm.
process and learn new information, which helps kind of that focus aspect that Amanda was talking about. So you can never go
Mm-hmm.
wrong when it comes to these lovely all natural ingredients.
Yes. Yes. And there's also matcha too. So matcha is what will help with that. Not having to have caffeine and you'll still
Mhm.
get the same effects of being energized, but you won't have to worry about drying out like a prune.
Yes, because nobody wants that.
This is fact.
Oh man.
That is a fact. So, you guys, this month, only in January, we can help you crush your 2024 New Year's resolutions. We'll have a fully focused year for you. If you want to go ahead and get 1 month for free, you can go ahead and subscribe for 3 months, and you can reach us at mindset. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Too many minds. Too many
I
minds.
have way too many minds. I need to drink this before we record so that way your girl can be ultra focused. I only do it in the morning, so we're going to change that up. But you can go to magicmind.com/Jan. So that's JAN, Mindset Talks Pod. And you can use our code also Mindset Talks 20. So that's 20. And that's an extra 20% off. So you'll and all get a 75% off discount, which is huge because who doesn't love a good savings, right?
Yes.
So just keep in mind that this only lasts for the month of January. So please get to it before this ends.
Yes. Make sure you guys go and check it out. We will leave the information for you guys in our video. So make sure you guys go ahead and tune in to all of that great information that Amanda just dropped. I did that because I'm going to drop it in the YouTube video. So don't look at me like
I know.
crazy. Okay.
Girl, I know you.
Oh man. But anyways, on that note, I think that y'all have had enough of us for one day because, we come in large doses for y'all. So
yes.
I think that we are just going to cut it short here, and we will talk to you guys in our next episode.
Until next time.